Shout out to everybody out there on White Street. You already know what it is. Salute to everybody.
What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Scorecard Interviews, man. I got my man Breezee here with me. Yo, we got some conversations to have. Introduce yourself, my guy.
Yo, I'm Breezee from Breezeway Management, Plug City Records, Plug City USA Clothing. You know, the whole shit. I'm out of Queens, New York, but I'm in Phoenix, Arizona right now. I've been here for a minute.
Shout out to AZ.
Working.
Bro, so Breeze gets introduced to me as Merkham's manager. That's the first time we had the conversation, right? First time we ever talked. You guys already know how we feel about Merk on the channel. Had to rock the gear. If you ain't cop the merch, make sure you go cop the merch. I'll leave links for everything down in the description. But he does a lot more than that too. He's an artist, a music artist management, not just one artist, which is super dope. But it got even deeper than that. Well, I ended up having a conversation not only with Merk himself, but also Breeze hit me up when I made the comment. So someone asked me like, yo, what's up with the intro? Who was that on the intro? And I was like, that's Joe Budden. Like, why do you not, first of all, why do you not know who that is? Second of all, like, you know what I'm saying? I gave like the whole backstory about, my affinity towards Budden and shit like that. And then Breeze hits me up. He's like, yo, I got a shout out, like, you heard this track from this old Budden track, right? And he was like, yo, there was ties there and blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna let him tell the story. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, we need to hear this. The world needs to hear the story. Like, this is not like, this ain't one of those interviews where I'm like, yo, here's a question, here's an answer. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, yeah, well, it's like my whole music story, like my music journey. And I got into music entirely by accident.
Talk about it, King.
Okay, so my real background is I was an athlete. I played basketball. So hold on a second. Helicopter.
Huh.
Yeah.
That'd be the wildest interview. My man gets taken away. SWAT busted in during the interview.
No, it's crazy. Now I live close to the trauma hospital.
Okay.
The helicopters be coming up and off, landing on the top of the hospital right there. But yeah, I'm like in the midtown Phoenix, right in the heart of Phoenix. So okay, so completely by accident. My background is basketball, and I was a street ball basketball player. Before there was M1, there was just street ball, the Rucker, West Fork, all those things. Soul in the Hole, all those type of places. Those are New York places where high level basketball happened, and I played in all that stuff. So in any hood, even
nice?
I'm older now. I'm 46 years old. So.
Okay, my guy. Yo, salute. Yo, when I get 46, I am not gonna look nothing like this, ladies and gentlemen. You will see a stark comparison.
I still got a jump that. Hold on.
Okay.
I got my pillow ball. I'm in a triple threat. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway. So in any hood, that's like, I don't care. You from Philadelphia, I'm from New York. There's a hierarchy, like in the hood. It's like the dope boys, the athletes, and the music people. Right. And usually those people all mess with each other.
Right.
In some way, shape, or form. So I come from the mixtape era. And I'm from Queens, which is where most of the fire mixtape DJs were from. I went to school with Cutmaster C. Not to be confused with Mr. C, he be on some other shit. But Cutmaster C, the mixtape DJ, right?
Right.
Went to school with him. Knew Clue my whole life. Envy is a little younger than us, but I've known him a long time. All those guys that, really pioneered the mixtape game in the beginning, the exclusive part of it. Because first it was blend tapes. So I'm going a little bit back further.
I got you. I got you.
It used to be blend tapes, and then it became exclusive music, and then that was Clue, and then the K Slays, and the
So the,
you know
the
those
Clue
people.
era is about where I came in. I came in about during the Clue era.
So perfect. So that's my era.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I used to help Cutmaster C basically road manage him, move around with him, and we'll get to that part. So first how I first got into it, my man who I played ball with, his name was Union. He also did beats, and he was like, "Yo, Breezee, you know all these dudes, you know Clue, you know this one, you know that one.
Right.
Play my beats for him." That's when they first was trying to push Fab. Maybe Fab might want to. They had got a deal. Maybe they was trying to shop beats. He said, "Yo, and if you get some beats that they like, I would chip you off, whatever." So I was like, it's just a conversation.
Right.
I started. So I had him. He had like a CD with it written on it. And I was like, "Nah, we gotta get the presentation together. I'm not handing nobody no shit like that." So.
You remember that shit though, Chill. That was some good days though, man.
The
You would
Sharpie.
the blank CDs with the Sharpies. Oh
yeah.
man.
And then it wasn't even like, or even like the ones the Memorex ones that had the line you could write on them and all that.
Yeah. Bro, I had we called them the barbershop tapes, right? So like every time someone would come around pitching them in the barbershop and shit like that, cop 1 or 2 there, and then you kept like a little stack of them.
Exactly. but every once in a while, there'd be some fire on them joints. But that's besides the point. So I didn't like his presentation. So I knew a dude that was a graphic designer. And I was like, yo, let's make a tape, let's make a cover, let's get it together. So when I hand to somebody, it's something that they're not gonna just toss. So we made a little cover, we did everything, and we had a little sticker to go on top of the tape. We went all out.
Okay.
So
the Costco's, the whole Costco swags.
Everything, the whole shit. But we had jewel cases. We had jewel cases with the sliding cover. We wasn't playing around. So
you started off at the upper echelon.
Right. Because I had a reputation to uphold on myself. So if I'm gonna be saying I manage you, on the back of the tape, it needs to be my information there where you can call XYZ.
Gotcha.
I wanted all that to be present. So somehow one of the tapes got to a A&R. So
somehow?
Yeah, somehow it got gotcha. And then they hollered at us. It was like, yo, we like your man's beats. It was Sony actually, Sony Epic. Okay. Yo, we like your man's beats. Yo, we got this new artist that we trying to push. Maybe I could do a couple songs together and see how they come out. And it was this kid. Shout out to this nigga. His name is Steady Rock. He never came out, but he was signed to Epic at the time. Okay. And he was from Elizabeth, New Jersey. So we used to drive over there. It wasn't that far to go from New York to Elizabeth.
It's the same thing.
So we go over there, and like this is the first time I've ever been in a studio environment. I've never seen a beat created in front of my face. I never seen a rhyme written and then recorded. Or like, it's my first peek behind the curtain of a song being created. Nice. I grew up on hip hop. I love hip hop.
Right.
I've known rappers, but I've never been involved in music.
Got you.
So they made a whole song. He did a beat in front of me. Nigga wrote to it. Everything happened in front of me. In hindsight, the song wasn't that great, but it kind of like sparked something in me. Like, oh, yo, this is dope. Take the whole process.
Right. You got a taste of it.
So I got the bug, so to speak, about it. So we were on our way back to New York. We finished a little earlier than what I thought. It was still light out. And it's a point where you can make a left to go to Jersey City, or you could just keep going to the tunnel. And I was like, yo, make a left. And he's like, why? I was like, yo, my godbrother been saying he can rap for a while. Let's just pull up on him and see what the fuck you talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but it's your god brother. So it's like your god brother raps. Man, you don't rap. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So I call him. I'm like, bro, I'm around. I'm gonna pull up on you. He said, oh shit, what up? Yeah, okay, come on over. Oh, we all over here, whatever. Gave me the address. I pulled up. He was at his girl crib. In his girl crib, you walk in his girl crib, it's the living room. There's no furniture in there. It's like folding chairs, a mic stand in the corner.
Vibes.
Mic stand in the corner, little computer set up,
right?
And that's it.
What else you need? What are you talking about? That sounds beautiful.
So I walk in there like it's somebody's crib and it's a living room. There's nothing in it. So I walk in there and they pull a radio out. As they got a radio with to open up the CD player, put the CD on the top. So I was like, yo, my man make beats. Yo, let me hear some of them raps he was talking about. He said, I put the, I'm here. When you hear beats, put some on. So he put the tape on. It's 12 beats on it, right? So we put the tape on. We put the beat tape on it, put it on, and I press play, and then he starts rapping, right? I'm looking at him, and I'm bugging. He's fire.
Let's go.
So no, he's fire like I've never heard before, like crazy, like he's rapping crazy. I'm like, and before I know it, we're 6 beats in, and he hasn't stopped rapping. He hasn't stopped at all. He rapped out 6 whole beats, just kept rapping. So I'm like,
what's his handle?
Mouse.
Oh, okay. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
So I'm like, I hit pause. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on in here? What are y'all doing? He's like, nah, yo, we just out here, we doing. I was like, yo, listen, whatever you doing, whatever you think you're doing, we fixing it. You're gonna get it. You're gonna get a deal. There's no fucking way. So my goal in life from that very moment was to get him a deal.
Facts.
So it took me about a half hour to say, okay, you're not Mouse though. We're not going with that name.
I mean, he's always gonna be Mouse.
But no, nah. But he already had the idea that he wanted to go with his real name.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, go. Like, you know,
well, let's not jump past this. What was your beef with Mouse?
I just didn't, you know. A mouse is like, it's just like a meager, squirrely, wormy kind of.
You had like the image you put in your head. You wasn't feeling it.
Not a thing. Like a mouse is close. It's a rodent. It's like a baby rat. Like it's just not.
I got you. Yeah, I can see. All right.
Yeah, it ain't a thing for me. For me, it's not a thing. You know what I'm saying?
Did he try to pitch you on keeping it?
No.
See, he was already ready to go button. He was already to change.
Nah, he was ready. He was in listening mode.
Okay.
Where he was ready to listen and say, okay. He know where I just came. I just came from working with an artist from Epic, and he knew all of this.
Cool.
Like he's like, he wanted to be doing some of that kind of shit. So he's like, yo, listen, all right, what we gotta do? I say, yo, listen, we gotta get you on these mixtapes. You got these bars that niggas need to hear. So we gotta get you on these mixtapes. Cut Master C, who I went to high school with, is the one I'm closest to that was a DJ. I hadn't spoken to him in years at that point. So I had to track him down. I'm fast forwarding with him. Let me stop.
Okay.
I tell Mouse, I say, yo, give me a couple freestyles. And I picked out the beats. I picked out he did Nostradamus. He did Murderers, the Rocky beat, that. He did that. And
I'm like geeking out right now. This is so dope.
What was I can't remember what the other one was. He did 3 for me.
All right.
Oh, he did I Shot You beat. I Shot You. So he did those 3.
Okay.
The LL version. I Shot You. So those, and I said those are hard. And the way you're gonna come on them shits is crazy. So he did all 3 of those. The Nostradamus one, he black. He spit like 120, 130 bars. He spit the whole beat.
Right.
He blacked on that. So I be playing that one for people. Cause he just went crazy. Set up, punch, set up, punch, set up, punch, set up, punch, set up. Just crazy, just stupid.
Right.
So it was so much that like it was almost like people didn't know how to take it because it was just so crazy. It's like when you first see LeBron James, it's like that can't be all the time. That can't be all the time. Is that like that's what he is? Is that what he is?
That's the baseline? Like that's the starting point?
Exactly.
Like...
Is that the base? That's the exact point. Is that the baseline of where we're at?
Right.
He wasn't even where he
did he have anything out at that point, or this is like literally ready to jump?
Nothing was out. He was doing the shout out to Kenny Ken's Unsigned Artist. I don't know if you know about that DVD. It was a Jersey-based DVD with battle rappers.
I mean, I probably did that because like I was real heavy in the DVD scene. The Too Raw for the Streets, all those DVDs and shit like that. All
the Jersey ones, they had like a little grimy.
I was popping in Philly, yeah.
Yeah, so they had a grimy little Jersey circuit of rappers, and it was a couple rappers out there. This dude named Rigor Mortis was ill, and then Joey Mouse. Right. They was the ones. They was like the main ones, and it was crazy. It was this other dude, Rocky. It was a couple guys out there that was really those guys. And he was in that world. Not really like, so I'm like, yo, like he know about the Fabs and the Jadas and the this one, that one. But he think that's too far away from him. But I'm like, nah, these guys are not, these guys are in your reach. These guys are right here. All we gotta do is get you on these mixtapes. So I ended up finding Cut Master C. And then I'm gonna tell you this story because this kind of how everything kind of got really kicked off.
Fam, this is my favorite part of my entire internet career to this date so far. You take as much time as you need, sir.
Okay, so so the crazy thing is, like, when I ran into Cut Master C, he was doing his thing. Like Cut Master C was huge. Right. But I ran back into him. But I played Mouse for him, and he was he didn't have the reaction that I thought he should have had.
Right.
That he should have had, right? But he was messing with this other artist. What's his name? He was from Long Island. He used to go by Nicky Santoro, but he had a Trav. It was this rapper named Trav that was signed to Motown. He used to go by Nicky Santoro, but he sounded a lot like Jay-Z.
Okay.
That didn't work then. No one could sound like Jay-Z, right? Back then. But he was dope. But he was messing with him, and he was all tied into these Long Island niggas like crazy. And it ended up having an issue with that. So he was staying out in Long Island, and he got into beef with the dudes in Long Island because of something somebody else did. It had nothing to do with him. And he was kind of in between situations, and I had a situation. So I was like, yo, just come with me for that. He came with me, and immediately we started working. Like, he was doing his mixtape thing. I started helping him with the mixtapes. He was with me every day. We was with each other. So it was only natural for him to help me with what I was doing. Put it all time together.
Yeah.
So like Mel said on the tape, he said He explained
Put
exactly
you
how
onto
it
the
went.
mixtape scene, rap on other
Right,
people's beats. Let's go.
right.
I'm
And,
trying my
and
hardest
he,
not to geek out
and
right
he
now. So
said,
go ahead.
and he did. So I did that going off my godbrother's promise. He spent $100 on Nostradamus. He said that, and that's exactly what he did. And Bryce knew cut, so I had hope all along. The next C tape was 2 freestyles on a song,
Let's
and
go.
that's what happened. The very next C tape, and that tape, Hell Up in the City. That's what it was called, Hell Up in the City Part 2, I believe. And that song made it to Taylor the Tape and the Source.
Got you.
And they didn't know who my godbrother was, but they gave him honorable mention in it. And new upstart artist, his name, should I say his name by now?
Yeah, if you haven't caught on by now, you gotta be out of your goddamn mind.
Okay, so Joe Budden is my godbrother. And we're talking about Joe Budden for all the people who don't know by now. So all this happened. So this happened inside of like a month and a half.
Right.
So from me figuring out whatever he's doing, for me finding C, for him C put him on a mixtape. And then once that happened, On Top heard him. On Top is, Webb, Nitty, Terry.
Right.
Webb and Nitty are the people that Nicki Minaj always shouts out crazy all the time. Ask Webb, ask Nitty, all that shit. Anyway,
I know them from Joey's music. Like that's where I first heard everything.
Okay, so those are my friends. They're from where I'm from, and they are who they are. I won't say that. I won't talk about them too much. But
smart.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
the same Vlad. The same
Vlad. Yeah. No, it's not. So, but whatever the case is, they were really trying to get their foot into the game, musically.
Right.
Joey's a perfect artist to come into the game with. They had a relationship with Clue. They had a relationship with Skane Dollar. Shout out to Skane. And all of us together, me on one side, getting them on different mixtapes and dealing with different DJs. Skane getting Clue to pay attention to him. Finally, Clue paying attention to him. Connecting them with Fab and Paul Kane. And then we also have other ties. We have other ties. We have ties to Murder Inc., Cadillac, Time, Black Child, all those dudes. Those are our, Irv is our people. So like there was other ties too. Like, Queens stick together.
Right.
Until, until the Curtis guy came along and then, then Queens was divided. But that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, go ahead. That's
another story for another time.
That's a video.
Yeah, for sure. And I went to high school with him. We're the same age.
20?
Right. So yeah. You would think, right?
Right.
Anyway,
I was sitting there thinking too, Ro, when you told me that, I don't mean to cut you off. I'm gonna let you get it off. But like when we first told me, you're like, yeah, nah, like I was the one shouted out, like blah blah blah. I was like, he's like 28 years old. Like, how the fuck was he? I can't tell you like how like a light bulb like went off when you said that. I was like, oh, that makes infinitely more sense now in my head.
Right. So yeah, but Joey is like my little brother. Like he's 5 years younger than me. His older brother and me are the same age. So his mother's my godmother. I mean, if you watch reality TV, Miss Faye on whatever, Loving, whatever, you've seen her before. That's my godmother. So all this is going on. So he's getting known, the mixtape thing is happening, and he's starting to get a buzz. Before we know it, they want to sign him, and what happened was they had a spin-off record label. It was called Spit Records. It was Spit Records was it was
is this Def Jam? Is this Def Jam we're talking about?
It's Def Jam. It's Def Jam, but it was Spit. So they had like a subsidiary record. They had Christopher Rucker. They had Lady Luck. They had Jinx the Juvie. I know you remember some of these names.
I don't remember the music. I know the names, right? But like I'm trying to like piece it together while you're
and then
talking.
Joey was gonna be the flagship artist of that. And then it was them. So they knew that they want him to spearhead the label situation.
It wasn't just them, right? Like this was during the time where there was a couple people where they did like the juniors, right? Like you start off here and then you do well and they move you up to the main label. Like I don't think it was just Def Jam doing that either at that time. That was like a pilot type format that they were working with, right?
I believe other companies did it, but I mean I didn't have any experience with the other companies doing it. I just know what we were going through and how it affected us.
I got you. All right.
They ended up giving Joey a production deal through On Top. They gave them whatever, I think
On Top music.
$500,000. Okay, go do an album, come back with an album.
Okay.
Joey had Walk With Me already existed for the most part. It changed a little bit. Dope Man already existed. A few songs already existed. Like my favorite song off that album is 10 Minutes.
Same. There's 10 minutes probably saved my life at one point. If you watch, I don't know how much familiar you are with my content as a whole. I put a lot out. But the reason that, like, if you used to look at my top 5 rappers, like Button solidified as my #1 rapper of all time, period, not even contested, because his music saved my life in my early 20s. Like I probably would have did some dumb shit if it wasn't for a lot of the music that he put out. And it was because of the stuff like 10 Minutes and Walk With Me, things that are in that vein, that came out that you really resonates when you're in those kind of like dark situations type shit like that. Like he had this ability to tune in to a vulnerability, a human form that wasn't, it didn't exist then. Everybody wanted to be the best and invincible and Superman, and that's all you heard on every album. And then you got this man that comes out of nowhere and is like a million times more relatable than anything that I had ever heard. You know what I'm saying?
But let me tell you about him. Like Joey, there was some shaky times in between 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, those years, his teenage years. Mm-hmm. He was out of his mind in the streets, like going hard in the streets, like really, really hard. Like he's a type, like used to have to go looking for him. He'd be gone for days and just really going hard. With guns.
I got it's
guns,
it's in the music.
Drugs.
It's all in the music.
No, but no. I was the one that used to have to go look for him.
Right, I got
so
you.
It's different for me. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm saying like there's something you look like you didn't want to say stuff, so I was just trying to.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
But no. I could honestly say that there was times that you might walk into your house and Joey would be sitting on the couch in your house. He doesn't know you. He's on your couch. He look over his shoulder and tell you that you're out of milk and continues to do what he's doing at your coffee table. And you're like looking at him like, what the fuck are you? What are you doing here? He got a pistol on your counter and whatever. That's he was on that kind of time. So music definitely saved him too. And Angie,
Right.
Well, I'm not gonna say what her real name is. Saved him too. Even though he has a lot of crazy stuff he said about her, but that situation was that kind of stabilized him because she really got him through a lot of the bullshit. So yeah. So even now, when you look at him now, like I could catch glimpses of everything.
Moments. I got you.
The whole thing. You know what I'm saying? But my God, look how far he's come.
It's incredible. It's not done. It's still going.
And I'm so amazingly proud of him.
Facts.
It's really crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy what he's been able to do.
I think,
but he's always been brilliant. So it's like, So just to tie it back to me, that's how I got into music. Just making a left instead of going straight one time.
Yo, it's crazy that it bees like that sometimes, man. So like we talk about this too, like the probability of chance, right? When you look at me and my brothers, and we talk about like how White Street, you see White Street get shouted out. Shout out to White Street, man. The bond between me and my brothers is probably the most unbreakable thing that I've ever seen or felt in my life. My bond with my actual biological family is nothing. It's trash. Doesn't exist, right? And then like this brotherhood that I have with my brothers is like it's the hardest thing. It's the most unbreakable shit that exists. But it was moments. It was decisions, split second decisions that made paths cross. That if any one thing of a million things went a different way, you would never even know that these people existed. Probably, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I feel you. I feel you. And look at that. Look at what that left turn did. Look at what that left turn did, man. You know how many people's lives that affects indirectly to this day?
Word.
That's still like
because he was so dope that it may have happened, but the way it happened was the way it needed to happen.
Right.
For him.
Thanks. I got you.
Because he was able to be true to himself as an artist, coming up through the mixtape. I think any other way that you wouldn't have got that version.
How long were you in the scene, like on the scene with him for this? Like when he took that deal, did you guys go separate ways, or still in the mix?
I was still around for all the way up until when things didn't go right with his debut album.
Okay.
I was doing my own different projects, but when it's time, when we went to go shoot Pump It Up, when it was time to go shoot the video, we took a tour bus from New York all the way to Miami. We shot that down there, and we shot the little snippet, the little part of Focus, and they Def Jam fucked that whole situation up so bad too. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. But
we've
like
heard.
Focus was the record. Focus, if they would have jumped on Focus the way they should have jumped on Focus, Focus was as big as Ooh for MA. It was that big.
Got you.
In New York. It was crazy. Crazy.
I mean, Pump It Up is still
no, Pump It Up. I'm talking about Focus though.
I know, but I'm saying like for as much as you're saying that didn't get the push that it did, it's not like good shit didn't come out of Pump It Up.
No, of course.
You know what I mean?
Pump It did amazing.
Yeah.
Pump It Up is a few million sold. But what I'm saying is he could have had, it would have been like a string of bombs.
Gotcha.
Because once you get a bomb, and then you get a atomic bomb, it's hard to stop the momentum after that. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
That first bomb could have been a big explosion. And Pump It Up was the follow-up after that. We out of here.
What was the next hit we put out? Was it Fire? Did that come out?
Fire was the next record that we dropped. And then put out a record that was so similar. Kim and Mr. Cheeks. It was almost the same tempo.
Okay.
And it kind of like, it was a lot. And then if you go to the album, it was like a lot of you looking for a bunch of Pump It Up. It's not there.
Right. Thank God.
We projected 350, 400,000 units. We sold 90 something first week. We looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on? Somebody says 90,000 units today and tomorrow.
Today is different. Today is different.
They're going crazy. They
right,
fucking,
right,
they're
right.
going, yeah.
And it like again, like, and he was talking again. It's all in the music, right? So like, it was more than that too. Like you had the NBA Finals. It played in the NBA Finals and shit like that. Like
everything.
It was all over the place. You know what
World
I'm saying?
Series.
Like the for those who are listening, the 400,000 speculation wasn't out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? No. Like it wasn't baseless. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't being pulled. That's not being pulled out of a hat.
Def Jam Vendetta tour. Okay, so funny story. This is when Keith Murray first came home from jail.
Okay.
So they rushed and they did an album for him and they put it out and they did videos. Like, you know, Russell Simmons pushed the button on that. Even though he wasn't even in the building at the time. He pushed the button so that everybody else could move. Kevin and Leo and them could move and get that to happen. So the Def Jam Vendetta tour consisted of Freeway, Capone Noriega, Cadillac Ty, us, Keith Murray and LOD, Legion of Doom. Like they go wherever he goes. And then for part of the tour, Luda was on the tour, but he didn't do the whole tour. So the leg of the tour that I got on, Luda was already off. I was like on the back half.
Okay.
I was on the back half of the tour. I don't know why I wasn't on the whole tour. I think I had something going on that I couldn't miss. So I came on the back half of the tour. It was a head of promotions of Def Jam at the time. His name is AV. Keith Murray got pissed off because of how they was pushing Joe. Because Joe had an album coming out. So his album was coming, so everything was Joe Budden. The posters, everything that went out first, everything was about Joe. So somehow Keith Murray got in an argument with AV, assaults AV, beats him up, gets kicked off the tour. It was a mess. But it was all over like some Joe Budden hate. You know what I'm saying? Which made it funny because
it's always been there, right? Like it's a staple.
But the crazy thing is, like but if you see him, he's cool, but on the back behind the scenes, he's mad and he wants to beat people up. Which would bring me to the whole game thing, the game situation and all that. Yeah. I don't know if we should talk about that on that.
No. This is your story. This is your story. You're telling your story.
Yeah. But I was around for that. So it was like I was around for a lot of things. I saw a lot.
Gotcha.
So, but again, back to me. So all of that to get me to really get into music and, you know, having Joey and having to go this much distance is a great 1-for-1.
It's not a bad start, right? That's not a bad trial run on my first artist. On my first artist.
Yeah, my first at bat, he gets about that far. So like, you know, so people are looking at me like, and also not only are people looking at me, but record company, Desert Storm.
This whole time, you know, with Clue and like you're making all those relationships too. This is not just the artist. Like
but I knew these guys before that, but that just solidified my value with them.
Gotcha.
Musically. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
You can know guys like
you didn't put a flap on. You wasn't like, yo, where do you see my god brother? Right? And then they come up and spit like 12 black bars. You know what I'm saying?
No. He was amazing.
Right.
So it was like you got any more of those? You know what I'm saying?
You got some more? Let me
Yeah,
let me get another one of them, man.
Yeah, it's no other Joe Budden.
So who else were you working with at the time, or what was the move for you at that point? Like once this is all
So
happening.
I was like doing, what I was doing is, since I made relationships with a bunch of mixtape DJs, I was doing consulting where I was getting artists on mixtapes, charging them to get on mixtapes, splitting the money with the DJs, making money that way. Like I was doing consulting,
like a middleman almost.
Middleman, yeah, middleman and people to get on mixtapes, and I was doing a lot of that. I tried with artists a little bit, but it's all.
Did you ever have a hand in it?
Huh?
Did you ever have a hand in it? Are there any Breezee 16s that are sitting out there?
Oh no, I never read.
Nah, okay. I had to ask. I had to ask. If I could put you on the spot for a 16, you know I was gonna.
Like everybody said a couple raps at at a school party type thing that. Maybe
that's different. That's different.
I never tried to write a rap or record a rap or nothing like that. No, I never tried to do that.
All right.
I leave that to the artist. Like, I'm an athlete and I'm other things, but I'm not a
rapper,
not a music guy. So yeah, no. So fast forward years later, I was kind of like falling back off of doing music. I was still, as Breezeway management, I put out a clothing line. I did, I did consulting with artists, just not really wanting to manage an artist and say, yo, okay, I'm taking this on, but just doing consulting type thing. But I took a liking to this artist from Louisville, Kentucky. And he's out here now. His name is Charles Hyder. I took a liking to him. It just reminded me of something. This is before Griselda was doing anything. He had that kind of feel.
Got you.
So what he was doing, it just reminded me of something familiar.
When is this timeline wise? Like what
timeline wise? This is like 4 years ago.
Okay, so we're coming close to present date then. We're catching up. All right.
4 years ago, I started working with him. But actually, he stepped to me. He was like, yo, Breezee, I got some shit. I feel like that you would be a perfect fit. Start working with it. Around the same time, shout out to DJ Green Lantern. He's a close friend of mine. He's based here because his family, he got his family here out here. So he had just got back out here.
Here as in AZ or here as Kentucky?
Arizona.
Okay.
Arizona. He's in Arizona. We started reconnecting, and I started kind of helping him get gigs out here, doing all that shit out here. Right. Because he's Nas's full-time DJ. So whenever Nas moves around, he's got to go. But in the meantime, between time, he want to catch a couple envelopes, maybe a bag or two. All right, cool. So
understandable.
I'm plugged in out here. I started doing that for him, and then I played Charles for him, and that's right up his alley. Said, yeah, he's dope, and they ended up doing a tape together, and it was fire. But then Charles got into some legal shit. He had to fall back. So that was
so that Griselda shit wasn't just rap.
Right. But this is before he was even. This is probably around the same time he was kind of dealing with West Side Gun in the beginning.
Okay.
So this is before everybody really heard about Conway and Benny and all that. It was like the beginning. It was like doing the Hitler Wears Hermes days, all that type of time. Back then.
I got you.
So, but it was like a familiar sound to Green, so Green liked it, but it was different. it was from a different perspective because Louisville is its own thing. It's crazy. So he was rapping about that struggle. That's a whole, it's like Beirut out there. So that's a whole different thing. So I was doing that with him. He fell back from music. So I was like, oh, I'm good. Okay. Now, fast forward to Merc, right? How I started managing Merc. Okay. My dad called me and says, yo, you know some of your family is like in Arizona, but like out west in Peoria. And I was like, that's like, it's not that far. It's like 40 minutes, 35, 40 minutes for me. I was like, oh, for real? She's like, yo, your cousin Tamika is out there. So just so I can set the stage for you. Tamika is our grandparents, my grandfather and Tamika's grandfather are brothers.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
So like we all the same little street in South Carolina. When we used to go down south for the summer, we used to all be in the same place.
Gotcha.
Because they houses on the same big piece of property. One house was here, one house was there. So it was all together. So when we little kids, we all play together. It's my cousin, like same last name, same everything, right? Tamika is Merc's mother.
Okay. That'll do it. Shout out to Tamika.
My cousin, right? But being out here and he raps, I've already seen him around. We never really came in contact. All this time he's my cousin, right?
Right.
She's seen Plug City. Because Plug City is big out here. That's my brand and it's big out here. So when we became Facebook friends, as soon as she seen Plug City, she's like, Plug City? Do you know my son? And then she said his real name. I'm like, no. And then she's like, oh, you might know him by his stage name. And then I was like, that's your son? That means that's my cousin? And then from there, me and him
your family mad talented, my guy.
Yo, it's crazy, right?
You better like spark a family reunion or something. Tell them to bring some mixtapes.
No, for real.
Yeah, like that ass, Joe.
But this is the wildest shit. So he comes to see me. Right here where I'm at now. I've been here since then. He came to see me and we had I want to say a 16 or 17 hour conversation. We talked all day. And by the time we finished having that conversation, we were gonna work. We were gonna work together.
He's a crazy work ethic, insane work ethic.
And we put a plan together, and we never stopped. We just been pedal to the metal ever since. And that was like 2 years ago.
Just look how far, he got retweeted by 3 legends just like this week. A lot accomplished 2 years. So I'm gonna give you some behind the scenes info on our side too, right? So I have a podcast launching. I'm gonna post this video tonight probably. I'm gonna be super hyped by the time it's done. I'm not gonna be able to hold on to it, right? So this show's gonna come out right away. So anyone that watches is gonna get a little inside info. So on the 16th, I think it is, 16th, 19th. Let me check the date real quick. Hold on. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, man. But I got a podcast that's launching. The 19th podcast launching with me, Stogie T, who was a legend out in South Africa. and Aziza, the pristine queen, who runs a radio show in South Africa with Massive Metro. That's like fucking the dopest hip hop scene that's out there, right? So the three of us
Okay.
got together. Stoke put us together as a super team. There's an entire network that we're launching, and it's a podcast. Like it's super fucking dope. But it's gonna be, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be like the biggest thing in SA, right?
Mhm.
We reviewed Merkham's album on episode 4. So once it drops every week, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna drop every week, one episode a week, right? So on episode 4, we did it. And when I tell you like Stokes listening, Stokes an asshole, right? Like he's a legend, you know what I'm saying? So like he's very snotty when it comes to bars, when it comes to raps. He said that Merkham's talent is on par with Kendrick Lamar. Like he's up, he put him in the same field with the Kendricks and shit like that. I don't even think the album is anywhere near Merkham's best shit. The stuff that's come out since the album blows the album out of the water. So for that to be the impression that people who know, live, and breathe for the last, I don't know, Stoke's old, 106 years that he's been fucking spitting. You know what I'm saying? Like to come into like it's universal. Like this is the African hip hop scene that's still listening and it's still translating universally into like just to not overstate enough how dope this kid is. Like he's next up. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's only a matter of time at this point.
Yeah, and you know we're not stopping. Like, and the whole and Fastlane came from the whole basis behind even doing that project is because of No Life Shack reacting to Raptors,
Right.
bringing all of those fans that like that kind of music over. So we did a project basically for that fan base.
And
That's
for
what
those who don't know,
Fastlane
like
hit.
that fan base would be like your YouTube rapper fan base, basically. Like
Right.
like
But
there's a
we did it our way though.
yeah, I mean, I don't think any of them have anything like Bounce That and stuff like that. Like he definitely has his own lane, and he could tap into that commercial viability. You know what I'm saying? Like not just the rap stuff, not just the niche stuff, but like he's all over the place. He do whatever the fuck he wants. To be honest with you, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like he hits one lane on there that I'm mad he didn't tap in more to. Right? So he has a song. He put the tracks out together. I did a reaction to it, right? Where it was the 2 songs, and then the first one was him like going all crazy. But then the second one, when he starts hitting the vibe, right? When he gets in his Drake bag, you know what I'm saying? When he gets on that fucking vibey ass shit, man, like that's the stuff that's popping right now. Like I was a little like disappointed that I didn't get like a full 3.5 minutes.
Here's what
you know
I
what I'm
want you
saying?
to do. Here's what I want you to do. This is for you.
All right.
I want you to search Merk. And I want you to look for a song called I Need It All.
I'm telling you right now, there's probably like a 90% chance that I've heard it in my free time because I put him on my list and I'll let like the playlist run. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's called? I Need It All.
Yeah.
I'm putting it
I need you to watch the video.
Soon as we get off this, I'm gonna do it.
There's a video
Mm-hmm.
and it's a song. And I think you would enjoy this song. I think you would enjoy it enough to react to it.
I'm in, locked in.
And it's down that lane, but it's different. You'll see.
Okay. I'm in.
You'll see. We have I can talk about this because it's coming. We have a boom bap pack drop.
How many?
It's almost turning into like almost an EP.
Okay.
Because it was supposed to be 3 records. Looking more like 5.
Is it solo or is this with some people that I know?
No, it's just him.
Just him? Okay.
Just him. I think one might have a feature on it. Maybe one. But just him.
Is this gonna be like the Johnny did with Koofies, like in that lane?
A little bit of that, but more I don't want to give too much of it away, but it's boom bap type shit.
Okay. Nah, we in there for that whole thing.
So
like that's my shit.
Yeah, and it's really, he's got to get that off because he's been sitting on Boom Bap Records for a while,
Okay.
and he's got to get them off. He did a couple new ones that are crazy. I'm like, nah, we gotta put this out. And what we're gonna do is we're going to drop a deluxe edition to Fastlane.
Okay.
With,
What's your opinion? I want to hear your opinion, your honest opinion on Fastlane.
I love it.
You love it.
I love it because I know what our plan is.
Okay.
So I'm behind the curtain. So it does what we needed to do.
Okay. Serves a purpose.
It serves a purpose, yes. Is it his autobiography? No.
Not even close.
When it's time for that, when there's a bag on the line and we give you that autobiography, we give you a West Side Story. We give you that.
Right.
Him as a little kid growing up in the projects. And
he starts tapping into that shit.
Yeah, that's all, those that
why does the audio quality seem so different? So if I'm being honest with you, one of my critiques, like the audio quality of the album versus the audio quality of the music that has come out afterwards, there seems to be like a stark difference. Was there a bag or a studio involved? Is it because there were so many features who were like shipping in versus
a lot of that?
That's what it sounded like. A lot of the features, the audio quality on the features wasn't as good as like the stuff that he's putting out now is the cleanest shit I've ever heard in my life. You know what I mean? Like he's got the audio quality that most rappers would kill for.
If you're talking about anything you're talking about what he did on like the Nat freestyle, if you're talking about
amazing, incredible. There are very few like that.
My son mixed that.
Of course he did.
My 19-year-old son.
You got anyone single in your family? I'm about to marry him, man.
So my son, J, but J-Y is what he goes by.
He's one of your artists, right? So I looked into your other artists too. He's one of the artists that you manage.
Yeah, he's in the picture of me on my profile picture on Instagram is J-Y, which is my son, Charles Hyder, and Merk.
Okay.
Well, it's all four of us in the picture.
Right.
Jay produces, he makes beats. He produced Guns Up.
Okay.
Jay produced that. He raps himself.
Who does the videos? That fucking the video for Nat was so wavy. Like that that shit was just like, I don't know, it was so clean.
Now
it was like it popped,
video,
it was like colorful and shit. Like, I don't know, everything about that was dope.
That was shot by this dude Wave God.
There you go. See, look, told you it was wavy.
And so yeah, but we're about to make some changes. We're adding things as far as visuals too. Okay. That's a big thing that we're working on now. That's the next thing. That's the next plateau. We gotta have better, cleaner, doper visuals. So that's the next thing we're working on. But yeah, but as far as the sound, bro, we got I dropped the cover. I dropped the cover of on my Instagram. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's this dude out here. His name is Chris Koch. He's popping. He just did the Bootleg Kev podcast freestyle. Right. He's probably the last person that did it.
I'm looking at John.
A Mexican blood of all things. But
how long ago did you drop it?
The Bootleg Kev, it just dropped. Maybe the other day.
No. I'm looking for, you said you dropped the album cover?
I dropped a single cover. Single cover. Says, are y'all ready? And it's maybe last week.
All right. I'll check it out.
Let me see. Are you on Instagram right now?
Yeah, I'm on your IG now.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you what it's at. It is
the Give Me the Loot joint?
Yes.
Got you.
Yep. So they did a Give Me the Loot 2021 over the Biggie beat, same beat, and it is crazy. And they're going back and forth, and the two, Biggie's two different voices, but they going back and forth instead.
So are they doing like a Styles and Kiss almost between the two?
It's a story. It's if you remember the song Give Me the Loot, it's that, but just talking. It's the same type of song.
It's just them, not yourself. I got you. Okay.
But it's them two going back and forth with, talking about how they're gonna rob somebody or whatever they're gonna do.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. It's all music. Listen. And that's one thing I will say on this. And I hate to pull the covers off anything. Rap is wrestling.
If you don't know that by now, though, like if you are a person that needs that said to you, like
rap is wrestling.
And when it's not, it's obvious. Because then that's when there's
people
court
end up
cases in jail and or worse. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. So it's all about selling your wrestling persona.
Yeah.
Basically.
Merc comes with those wrestling bars too.
Oh, yeah.
You like our jump together? You like our jump? There's the question. How you feel about the collab with that me and Merkham's, Stogie, Koofies, and Black Corleone did? That acapella
I like that.
jump. You down
like
with the
that.
acapella shit too, the DVD shit?
I like all that type of shit.
I mean, it makes sense now.
Era.
It makes sense.
You gotta remember, that's my era. So
I didn't know that. I thought you were like 20 years old. That's why I was asking. It makes more sense that you like it now, man.
Gray in my beard?
You're right. I mean, I don't take that much. I don't be looking at another man's facial hair like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying a little bit. Give me my
wisdom.
Yeah.
That's the wisdom.
Hell yeah. Nah, but for real, man, like I can honestly say is as nice as Joey is and was at this juncture of me working with him, Merc is something different.
So what you're not gonna do is have me slander Merc because of my stand-up with Joey. So I'm not gonna do that. But in order for me hold on. In order for me to even have this conversation, I've not heard Merc tap into that lane. I haven't heard the ordinary love shit. I haven't heard the ordinary love shit 1 through 4. Like that's the illest shit to me. Ordinary Love Shit Part 4 is the best written track in existence by any artist. Like that's every line is a quotable. It's all real. None of it is fabricated. None of it is forced. Like that is the pinnacle of that lane of rap. And I just, it's not that I'm saying he can't do it. I'm saying that I haven't heard that yet to even make the comparison. You know
that's just different. No. What I'm saying is he wasn't doing what I'm saying at the juncture. That's later on. That's later on, Joey.
Right. That's right. It's recent.
Later,
right,
Joey.
Right.
I'm talking about 2 years in.
Got you.
I started working with him.
You feel
late 2000, late year 2000.
Right.
Going into the towers was still up when I started working with Joey. So he didn't become what you're talking about until like 12 years ago.
No, because you still had All of Me, right? Like it's not that he didn't become that. Like
no.
It are you in the mood yet? Like
the mood music were the beginning of that.
Right.
Mood music 2 was the real beginning of.
I haven't heard anything from Merc that can touch a mood music 2.
That's what I'm saying.
To feel.
What I'm saying is that was Joey 6 years into his career.
Got you. Okay. I'm on that. And you're saying that compared to Merc being at the 2-year point, infinitely different.
I'm talking about with me.
Right. I got you. So
now,
there's some big differences between like availability of studio quality. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like what's available to somebody in 2021 that's starting versus what was available.
Even still, like
if you tell Merc about Costco's, he's not gonna know what the fuck you're talking You know what I mean? Like it was different back then, man.
And Joe had access to. He saw a lot more. He experienced a lot more.
Right. You need to
Like
get Merkham's heart broke. That's what you need to do. You need to set him up to get.
he doesn't have a heart.
You gotta buy him a heart, and then you need to break it.
He doesn't have a heart. He's an absolute animal.
So how's he gonna tap into that? Then? How's he gonna tap into that?
He's not. So
okay.
That's what.
That's fair. That's fair. That's totally fair. That's totally fair.
They're different in that way, but I'm talking about just rapping ability.
Amazing.
Is what I'm talking about. Not all that other stuff.
I want content. that's where I jumped to. Now, rapping ability, you're absolutely right. He's an animal. He's not
right.
Human.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I've never had any experience with a rapper that raps like Merk. He literally has mastered about 5 different flows. Completely mastered.
I wouldn't argue that in the slightest. I wouldn't contest that.
When I hear him do things and I hear how he can jump in and out of a flow on the beat change and hop back in on the other, and when I hear the different things, like what he does is like his voice is an instrument, another instrument in the instruments on the beats. So like, and then he's saying what he's saying and he's emphasizing what he's emphasizing, and it's just a different thing. It invokes a different feeling. I know I'm close to it, but I've been around this a long time.
Bro, it's in the music. You can listen. Like, this isn't your opinion. You can go and pull up a Merkham's track and verify everything that you're saying right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you probably have a better understanding. Obviously, you've heard more, and you're right there. You've seen the creation of it. You've seen the process. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ice Cube isn't a stiff that don't got nothing to do. Okay? If I had to name 5 rappers that are very famous and probably busy, he'd be on that list.
You want to talk about 5 rappers that know what you're talking about in terms of flow switching? I'd say Tech Nine might qualify to speak on that. Tech Nine might qualify to speak on that. I feel you.
And he said stuff about Merk several times.
Yeah, he's a fan. There's no way he's a straight up fan. Like, at that point, that's love. He does nothing but show love, and it's beautiful to see. I don't know that Merk would fit in with the strange music crowd at all, but it's a great cosign and it's a beautiful respect shown. You know what I mean?
He could bridge a gap though. For the people who kind of like that, but kind of like this. I mean, you got like, he could be the bridge.
You got like King ISO. King ISO is fucking dope. Like dope. Like, and he can do that too. Like, I put him in that same lane. Like, I haven't heard him touch a flow that sounded forced. You know what I mean? Like what he does, you could tell. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what he does. He's in that bag. He's of it. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's like, so yeah, I could definitely see some good collabs, some good work being bridged there. You know what I mean? Between it. Here's a question on the Merk stuff. So you gotta give me a Merk interview. I gotta hit Merk up, man. Last time I tried to do one with him, the circumstances just didn't allow for it at the time. What is he signed? Is he independent? Is the goal to get signed? Is the goal to make it as independent? That's my question.
Well, he's my partner with Plug City Records. We have a record company together. Okay. So he signed to himself.
Fair enough.
If
a bag comes across the table, Def Jam hits you up again, right?
It's his bag to split with me.
Okay. He's the one that makes beginning first and last decision in terms of that.
Well, now, as far as with management, I'm his manager, official manager, and I work for him in that capacity. So
that's my question. Like, if
he's my boss.
If a label comes and slides something across the table, right, and they're like, "Yo, we want to sign Merk. Here's the contract. Here's the offer, the proposition." Is the goal, is the intent to take that, or is the intent to build it yourself? That's what I guess.
The intent would be whatever makes the most sense at the time. So,
That makes sense. Okay.
would we want?
That's a great answer.
Would we would we want major backing? Yes. Would we want major promotion, major radio push? Yes. Would we want to sell our ass for it? No. So it's got to make sense. I'm gonna say
like a host 360 deal. Like that's
we
not,
never
that's
we
not
would.
the vibes.
No way we do that. No way we do that. If you're gonna give us a bag, make the bag, cut the check to Plug City Records.
Okay.
And then let us run everything like we running it, and you just do the marketing and promotion.
What do you think are the what do you think is the probability of that? Like, because you're obviously much closer to those types of conversations than I've ever been. You know what I mean? So like, is that an actual like possibility? Like, is that something?
Yes,
that happens?
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. I just want us to catch. I'd rather us just catch a crazy record and go start going crazy,
Right?
and then have more leverage. But they lurking already.
It's not lurking, and he's knocking on their door with every Twitter post. That's not lurking. When you're running down their throat, that's just
no. But other people are lurking.
He's his own machine. He's his own machine, man.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. You're gonna see him.
I'll be on Pornhub fucking 3 in the morning. I've seen the comments. I got fucking Merkle videos getting posted, man.
I'm telling you, you're gonna see him. You can't miss him. He's gonna make himself seen, and that's what makes him. That's what separates him. His ability to make dope music and rap the way he raps, and his work ethic is like. When you put that together, he can't lose. There's no way.
The only way that this happens, a couple things. Just think it out loud now, right? This is ever. Keep him away from vices, right? Keep him focused. Especially, maybe he's cool now. When the money comes, that's when that's when.
Yeah, like I always have this conversation when he'll tell you this. I say, and this is for you too, anybody.
Facts.
You're the same person with money or without money. You're just more. You're that person on steroids. So if you are a person that likes to sniff cocaine, with money, you're just gonna sniff more cocaine.
Right.
If you're a person that likes to smoke weed, you're just gonna smoke better weed and more of it. When you got money. You're a person that likes hoes, he's gonna fuck more bitches.
It's an easy way to lose a lot of money.
Whatever you are, you're gonna be that on steroids with a bunch of money. So you have to try to set yourself up not to have those bad vices, like you say. Thanks. Because if you do, that's what's gonna happen.
I think it's beautiful that that you've obviously been around longer, right? You've been in the industry. You're seasoned. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful thing to have that type of coaching because so often you're not the first music manager I talk to. You're clearly the most connected one that I've ever spoken with. But like in general, it's all about the bars, right? It's all about the music. It's all about putting an album out, promoting it. It's not about building somebody as a person. It's not like I never hear that. I never hear the own becoming a man in the industry and avoiding potholes. You know what I'm saying?
And the crazy thing is,
how old is Merk? He's young too, right?
28.
He's 28 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like he's young. Like he's a grown ass man. Don't get me wrong. Like 28 is still 28 years old, but he's not like 40.
No, he's not.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but the craziest thing is, like, he's also my little cousin.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. You're gonna have that lookout that may not be there for everybody.
Apart from everything else,
that's family.
He's like my blood. Like,
is he teachable? Is he receptive to
very,
it?
Very coachable. He doesn't listen to everybody. He listens to me.
Okay.
Shouldn't
listen to everybody.
No. But he's we do very well.
That's dope.
our personalities match.
That's dope.
Love
to hear it.
Yeah, and makes me proud every day. And I tell him all the time. You know.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah, I tell him all the time.
Let's go. Come on, man. One time
Right.
in the comments, man. Like that's man. I'm more happy. Like again, you and I didn't know you as intimately as I do now from this conversation. There's a whole different relationship that you and I have after spending this last some time together, right? I feel personally like joy for Merkham's, like for both of y'all, really, like for real, like
it's exciting, man. Like this is
dude,
an exciting time for us. Like
it's dope, man.
If you're following along with Merk's career, man, like we're really, really moving, man. Like things is going.
Can you tell him to stop beefing with people I like? Can you do that for me? We're not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna elaborate any further. Now I don't know how much he told you, but I had to call him a few times.
He told me.
Okay, all right. I had to make a few phone calls. Like, yo, that's.
Well, I know.
You should have called me first. You should have called me first.
There's nothing I don't know. And there's nothing I don't know as regards to music with Merk. So, I know, and
you can pull him back
it's over with.
I know.
He's no longer upset about it.
Oh, that's dope.
The thing that he thought he was upset about has changed.
Cool.
The one little thing that he didn't like that was going on has never happened again since that time. It happened the one time, and it's never happened again. And that was his contention. He said,
WWE shit is wild. It's such a heel.
All I want you to do is not do that way. And he didn't do it that way, so everything's cool.
All right.
So I don't have nothing against him. The only little problem that I had with it is the part where the person said, I be in Arizona twice a year. So when you see me, keep that same energy. He said those words.
I don't know what I want to say on camera here. I may cut this part out. Without saying anything. When I spoke to Merkham's, Merk and I relationship, we keep it a buck with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like him and I are very close. I know what it is. I get it. You know what I mean? Like I get the stuff that you're not supposed to get, right? Like the behind the scenes shit. So like I don't that would never come to fruition. That's not the energy for and I don't believe it's the energy for either side. You know what I'm saying? When I speak to the other person the same way. You know what I'm saying? So when I had that conversation with the other person on behalf, you know what I'm saying? Like it's the same. It's the same. It is what it is, but it's not gonna ever be more than that. You know what I mean? Ever. Like it's not ever. Gonna, that's not.
But it was a lot of in the other person's defense. It was a lot of comment, like funny, jokey joke stuff that you have to respond in some sort of way to. You can't just brush it off. So I guess that was kind of a way of responding in a sense.
I mean, how would you have responded?
Okay, well, me, I'm a different person. I'm never gonna rap about nothing. I'm never gonna make jokes about nothing. I'm not gonna do any of that. But I am gonna
allegedly.
No, not allegedly. I'm gonna have a real up close and personal conversation.
Okay.
That's who I am.
But I agree with that, which is why I said that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. And you can't, as a man, fucking artist, fucking rapper, as a man, you can't be upset at that.
No.
Especially when that's sort of the reaction you were hoping for. You know what I mean? That's a portion of the reaction you were hoping for.
Really, he wanted
bars.
Somebody to rap.
Right, bars. Which is all it ever is between anybody. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, ideally.
Yeah, rap.
Like, the ones that we're talking about. Because like it's all hip hop.
Because the follow-up rap
Is it done already?
It's written.
It's written.
When I say,
I'm gonna slide
yo,
you. I'm gonna slide
when
you.
I say, man, listen, when I
Slide you
say,
my email.
yo, when I say, man, it was that. It was that. It was that type. It was that energy. It was that.
I want to see him in that bag too. I criticize if there's anything that I criticize from Merc, it's only ever been certain bars, right? It's only ever been on lyrics. The flow is as polished as a human being can get flow and delivery, right? Like that's there. And when I critique like as a battle rapper myself, that when I've come up doing this shit, like that's my niche. You know what I'm saying? We pick apart and we, you know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
wish you would have. I wish you would have got to hear this.
That's what I'm saying. I better slide you my email.
No.
I need a voice note. I need some. I guess technically in this sense it would be dumb to send it to me of all people. You know what I'm saying? But one day, one day I need
Yeah,
a peek.
no.
One day I need a peek.
It was craziness,
I believe
and it was long.
How like 3 minutes, 6 minutes.
I'll tell you what beat it was to. Can I give you that?
Please.
It was the Beanie Siegel.
That's already too much. It's already too much.
Hands up. The hands up at Jada Kiss. The one at Jada.
Right.
It was that. It was that beat.
Bro.
And it was a 100% blackout of that beat.
Start to
from
finish.
Beginning to the end. I think we extended the beat probably like another 24 just to get more in.
Just to put the little finishing touches.
Yeah, it was crazy. It had to be like about
y'all are wild.
80 bars, maybe 80 more, maybe more. 800.
You know what pisses me off? What'd that take him 16 minutes to do? Fuck him, yo. Fuck Burgers. One person shouldn't have that much talent. That's
yeah, nah, it was crazy. So yeah, you know. So if whoever's out there, man, you know, it's all good, man. Forget about it.
What Stokes say if you gonna come for the king, motherfucker, don't miss.
Right. And he aimed for the head. Shout out to Thanos. But with this swing of the axe, it was right here. He's going for everything.
That's I'm gonna hear it one day. I'm gonna get Merc on here and I'm gonna pressure him.
Nah, he can't put it out, man, because it's all peace now.
Oh yeah, I don't want to put it out. I just want to hear it for my own selfish
It's just like the Drake Pusha T thing. The thing that Drake was gonna do was gonna expose a lot of different things. It was gonna expose some Kanye stuff, some Kim K stuff, a lot of legend stuff. Right. So he didn't put it out. They Prince said stand down, whatever.
Right.
That didn't happen. The real diss was, so since everything is cool, everything's cool. But you know, for the purposes of our conversation, I could say that.
I got you. Cool.
That could have been crazy. That could have got crazy.
Lyrically.
Yeah. And I like I respect that other guy's ability to rap.
You should. He's dope as fuck.
But I just think if you scream on all that MC stuff, when a real MC that's nice, because ain't no slouches around here.
Right.
MC that's nice. It's like you kind of duck the fade a little bit. So
I agree, and I disagree. So I'm not going to continue to have this conversation. This is not a conversation for here. This is not because I don't feel like dancing around.
This is offline.
Yeah. We'll talk about this after. We'll talk about this afterwards. Is there anything else you want to talk about on the recording though? On the interview?
Okay, yeah, nah. Boom Back Pack coming. We got a couple of joints in the can. which he just recorded something to stop being greedy today. That's dumb. That's gonna come out. Pray for X.
Absolutely.
Got a crazy X story. Okay. Before we leave, I'm giving my crazy DMX story.
Let's go.
All right. This is I was with Come Master C, and we went to a studio, and she was supposed to be doing a freestyle for C's tape.
Okay.
So this is all planned out. He was on time for once. He's never on time, but he was on time.
I know that from like the stuff that he did with Machine Gun Kelly. They joke about that shit too.
Well, yeah, no, he's never on time, but actually he was on time. We went to Rough Eye Studio. We everything was on point. He got in the booth and he rapped a verse that was already on a recorded verse from an album that already was out. And he didn't, for the life of him, everybody's arguing him, saying that he spit that. And he was like, nah, I never spit that. He's arguing with us, saying that he didn't never, that was new.
Wow.
But it wasn't new. It was already a recorded verse. We had to somebody had to get it and play it for him. Before he would have, he was arguing with him for about 30 minutes about the verse. Everybody in the studio was like, nah, that's not new. And he was like, nah, that's new. That's brand new. I just wrote that.
Wow.
So that was some wild shit. He was high.
I can imagine being in that instance too. Like, what do we do now? I don't know what yet. Yes, it was.
In hindsight, he was clearly high. I didn't know.
Right. They had Method Man talks about stuff like that too. Method Man's like, yo, I don't know my lyrics. I don't know the lyrics to fucking more than half my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll go to, you know what I'm saying? Like that. He was on an interview I see him where he's talking about that too. And you got to look at like volume of work and habits and shit like that. You know what I mean? That all takes like huge plays and all that stuff. So I definitely believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like I got fucking, I may have 50 verses in my back pocket. You think I know all that shit? I just spent it for fucking 15 years. I'll know all that shit.
Joey knows all his raps.
You think so?
Oh yes.
I would argue that he got too much. Maybe once the beat comes on, you know what I mean? Maybe you get, because there's a sensory connection. You know,
anything that he dropped out there like for consumption, he knows.
Right.
He knows. He knows his freestyles. He knows stuff that been on mixtapes. He knows his rap.
If that's true, that's super impressive, especially given again his history. that's 10 times more impressive.
His mind is different. He has a different. He's ill.
Y'all still talk?
Yes.
If you ever get a chance, just give him a nod to me. Just give him like a thank you. You know what I'm saying? Just from a fan. That's all. Just from a fan. Just a salute.
Oh no. And you know what? I know he's shouting you out in that clip. That's not the most flattering clip of him. I don't think.
You don't think so?
No.
What do you mean by that?
He's kind of beardless. He looks crazy. It's like a
really?
No beard, Joey. Like he looks.
I think I'm so caught up because of the moment. You know what I mean? Like I said,
the moment.
I just told you I don't look at another man's beard like that. We just had that conversation.
Yeah,
bro, that moment was so big for me. Like
I'm a manager, so I'm very image conscious.
Got you.
Like I look at everything. I notice everything. Like, oh nah, that's not right. Yo, stop. Hold the camera.
Right.
Yo, nah, like everything's gotta look like a certain type of way. Like you know, Merc's hair braid is like on standby. Like like literally, like, yo, he got something to do, call her. She gotta come right now. Like it's like that's a thing, man. Like we got 2 barbers on both sides of town.
I can't wait for the caption to this. Look, man, Merc Hollywood.
Yo,
He look a little. You know what? He do look a little bougie. Now that you say that. Now that I think about it, Merc look a little bougie.
nah, if there's any bouginess, it's because of me.
You put that on him.
It's just we gotta do things a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
But he's hood. Merc's hood. He's as close to being the type of what he raps about as any other rapper that I've ever been around. Like,
let's go.
Cause he's the real thing.
Shout out to Merc. Shout out to Joey. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Breeze. Man, thanks for coming, man. Yo, this is literally the highlight of my career so far. This being able to sit, like, I never thought, like first of all, I didn't know what this was gonna be. I just wanted to hear your story. I didn't know what I was in for prior to this popping off. This has been one of the most fun, enlightening, just to be in the moment, you know what I'm saying, type shits, bro. Like, thank you so much for doing this. Like, this is super fucking fly, my guy.
Word, and I'm an old man, so this is like past my bedtime.
You right?
Like, for real, like literally, like
it's 3:07 here. I don't want to hear it, man. It's 3:07.
I know, I know that. And you work. But this is like midnight. I'm 46. I'll be asleep by now. I don't got nothing to do. And then Merc's in Atlanta right now. So
this your downtime? I'm cutting into your downtime, my guy.
No. Like, he's on your time right now. So he probably just walks into a hotel room by now. Right. You know what I'm saying? From whatever he was doing tonight. And yeah.
Respecting women and praising God.
Those things.
Yeah.
And hopefully some rapping.
Hopefully. Some bars. Yeah. Some bars.
Now he recorded a couple things. He dropped something on TikTok today. Do you have a TikTok?
So funny you should say that. I don't have a TikTok right now, but I'm in support of someone who just started a weight loss journey TikTok, and I'm like cheerleading for her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to get a TikTok in support. So I'm about to be on probably this weekend when I got some downtime.
So you gotta follow Merkel because he dropped something exclusively on TikTok today.
You know, I got some exclusive Merkums here. I don't even know if you got this shit. I got some shit here. Woo!
I have?
Maybe. I don't know. You might. But this is completely unreleased. I'm the only one that has this. Completely mastered.
How? Where'd you get it from?
Don't worry. I got it from, who the fuck you think I got it from? I got it from Merc.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
Hold on, let me find it.
Then I have it.
You think so? I mean, probably, obviously, but I'll play a clip.
I'm probably not sure what you're talking about.
So I had Merc involved in a collab overseas, and I ended up getting. It was really weird the way
the Australia thing.
Yeah.
Okay, of course I got that.
All right, whatever. I got it now. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what to do with it now. So like that whole situation, it was really weird the way that it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like there was some bad blood. Everybody comes to me for a middleman because Merc's my guy. So like we middleman some shit out, and then I was gonna redo it and put it out under my brand, and then for reasons that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? And then it was so now
I heard like everybody did something except for one person. Or two people didn't do it, and
no, it ended up taking to some street shit. It ended up taking it beyond music, which is why I don't want to get involved with it anymore.
How is the street shit in Australia? We in the States.
Well, no, not like that. But it wasn't about like times and production and shit like that. It ended up being disrespect. You know what I mean? It ended up getting to the point where the conversations were heading more towards unpleasantries than it was business. Does that make sense? So
yes.
Like that's why I stepped in and kind of deaded everything, not necessarily with Merkums, but like the entire this scenario in and of itself. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm left here. I got this verse completely done with the video and everything, and maybe I'll just drop it one day, just react to it and be like, y'all ain't got this shit. I'll talk to Merc. I'll see if you want to do anything with it.
And it's just that. What is it? 16?
Yeah,
or 12?
No, I think it's just like a 16.
Okay, yeah, drop it.
Yeah, and I was gonna get Koofies too. I think I have the I have the raw one from Koofies. I don't have the mastered one from Koofies, so that one's probably not coming out.
Yo, if you can get the master one from Koofies, you could just put it together and make it into a thing.
Because it would make sense because they shout each other out on the thing, and it's you know what I mean. With one without the other is a little weird. Maybe I will. I'm actually I think I might interview Koofies this weekend. I was hitting him up. I was talking to him about some shit that he has coming out that he's working on too. Koofies is determined to get me on his album to rap on beats. Like he's like dead set. I can't rap on beat for shit, my guy. I'm a battle rapper. Like I'm a corner rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like that's who I am, and I know that. I'm aware of it. You know what I'm saying?
But
like,
you know what? It's just cadence. It's just.
No, see you. It's the white people rhythm shit. I can't clap on beat and stuff.
But it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2.
It's a practice.
Yeah.
Right. So what I told him, he's gonna send me a beat, and I'm gonna teach myself how to rap on beat. And as long as it's passable, you know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause the bars are gonna be there. I can write my fucking ass off.
Well, that's the beauty about having a dope engineer, because he can just, whatever you're doing, they can just move
wherever
it,
he got to.
move it, gap it, move it, change. A dope engineer can make anybody sound like they perfect on beat.
So you might be seeing me on a few albums. Then if this pans out the way it needs to, you might be hearing me. I was on TV in SA, so South Africa. I was on TV 2 weeks ago now. 2 weeks ago on the Freestyle Friday. This shit was acapella, but I was over there.
Yo, your YouTube following picked up crazy since I first saw you on YouTube.
Wait till the 19th. Wait till this podcast drops, my guy. Wait till somebody. So I'll talk to you about this too, because this is going to affect Merc, right? I have an offer for Merc actually from South Africa. If you check out my my interview with Speaker, right? He does the Sotra ciphers in South Africa, and he puts he's got everything from like literally some of the pioneers in the battle rap and like just the legends over there. He's got the new up and comers no one's ever heard of, but he has no international tap in. I'm talking to him. I'm like, bro, I got rappers that are dope, like dope that don't have the following overseas like that yet, that would be more than happy to just hop on a beat. So I told him, I was like, yo, you send me a beat, I'll take that beat and I'll see who's interested in doing it and stuff like that. So once I get that custom beat that's going on, I'm gonna be knocking on Merc's door, like, yo, you want to go get a following in South Africa? Like, you want to be featured on this shit? Like, I'm always looking out. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck was I just talking about though? The following and shit like that, right? So one of the things that's gonna affect him is I'm launching a new series, where it's like a versus series, where I'm gonna take 2 different artists and I'm gonna play both of their tracks and let people like vote on them. But the whole point is it's only international stuff. So the 2 people can't be from the same country. And the whole purpose of that is the fan bases that I have from Nigeria, the fan base that I have from Ghana, the fan base that I have from South Africa, right? They're going to be exposed to artists from America, from Canada, from Australia. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to allow people to grow their fan bases outside of their own cul-de-sac, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So like,
but are they gonna tend to vote?
Who cares? It's not about absolutely 1,000%. That's what's gonna happen. But the vote doesn't matter. The vote is irrelevant. You think someone's gonna hear Merkham's track on a track and not look into it more? Like, I'm not gonna. Yeah. It's not gonna be like a. It's not gonna be like I want them to hate each other or nothing like that. It's gonna be, hey, I'm exposing you to 2 dope artists, right? And it's gonna be so like the categories are gonna be like what the vibe is. So like the category could be like punchlines. You're voting on who has the better punchlines between these 2 punchline tracks, or it could be vibe, or it could be like smoke session track. Here's 2 smoke session track. Which one do you like more? You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be like, oh, one person sucks and one person's great. I'm gonna be like, these are 2 dope ass tracks. You know what I'm saying? Expose yourself to both of these artists and tell me which one you like more. Whoever wins doesn't fucking matter. What matters is you now have 2 fan bases.
Everybody wins. Everybody wins.
Exactly. That's what it's about. It's not about beef. It's always about promoting people, giving people new platforms. I'm all about positivity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want good shit in hip hop. And a lot of people don't have that door. The luck is not the word. You know what I'm saying? Like me, if you'd have told me a year ago that I was gonna be on TV in South Africa rapping, like what? How? What's why? Why? Like what are you talking about?
How did the whole South Africa connection happen for you?
I reacted So it started off. I found the suggestions on the right side of YouTube. There's this cat named Nasty C. Nasty C's dope as shit. I did a reaction to it. I didn't know who he was. I didn't know that he was popping. I didn't know he had a following. I didn't know where he was from. Nothing like that. My comment section starts blowing up. Nasty's from South Africa. Nasty's from South Africa. You gotta check out this South African artist. You gotta check out this South African artist. I didn't know South Africa had a hip hop scene. I had no idea. There was no way for me to know that in Philly as a battle rapper. You know what I'm saying? Turns out there are rappers in South Africa. There are like spitters, right? I ended up doing a reaction to Stogie T's God's Eye, which is a 14-minute track where he tells a story from 5 different perspectives of like different people around the world, and it's like he takes it as if he is like a prostitute, as if he was a terrorist in the Middle East, like he like uncomfortable positions and rapping from the perspective of the people who are looked at a certain way. It was beautiful. It was insane, right? He sees my reaction. Stogie T, who is one of the legends, who were one of the OGs over there, right? Sees my reaction and hits me up, and he's like, "Yo, you're a legend for doing this." And I didn't know at that time like who he was. And I clicked, and he's got 600,000 followers. I'm like, what the fuck? What's happening right now? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, my guy, thank you so much. He ends up doing these Freestyle Friday things where he's like, yo, come on, and he brings people into the live, and you spit on the live, and he tells you you're trash, or he tells you you're awesome, and you move on. He had like 3 people back to back that were like very below average. These are just kids that wanted to come on the live and choke. You know what I mean? Like, just let me come and get an opportunity to speak to a celebrity is all it was. He sees my name and he pulls me in, right? I hop out of bed. I was in bed. I hop out of bed. I run upstairs. I didn't think I was going to get picked to come on. And he's like, yo, and we start kicking it a little bit and shit like that. And I'm geeking out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this dude is dope as fuck. Like, let's go. And I was like, yo, if you want, I'll flame everybody that was just on here, right? And he's like, oh, you rap? And I was like, bro, I will destroy anybody that you get in here, period. And I dropped like 80 bars on him. And the chat had fire emojis for the next 5 minutes, right? It was all like, holy shit, the white kid can spit. It was just like, you know what I mean? Just like the whole thing went off. And like that, the rest was history. Like him and I hit it off. We ended up getting super fucking cool. You remember how you said like the shit where you and Merc had like that 14-hour conversation? Him and I ended up having a FaceTime call, and we talked for 7 hours straight into the night. It was 5 a.m. by the time we looked down and seen what the fuck was happening. And we didn't even talk about rap, bro. We were talking about our families and our fucking lives and politics, America, South Africa, and like really just like connecting and stuff like that. And like that's like my brother now. Like that's my guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
And then he ends up doing the television show for Freestyle Friday. Hits me up one day and he's like, "Yo, you want to like I'm gonna put you on TV. Like send me some shit right now." And I fucking wrote that shit, sent it over within the next 12. Like, bro, fast, done. Like I'm ill. Like you give me a little motivation like that. So then I was on the Freestyle Friday finale, right? The finale he puts me on. And he makes the whole finale a cappella for everybody because I said I couldn't rap on. Like, that's love, bro. That's like seriously. So the whole finale was a cappella. That ends up doing amazing. He gets a television deal with it. So now it's on Channel O, which is like their big mainstream TV thing down there, right? Same thing.
Yeah.
2 episodes in, hits me up. Yo, I'm gonna put you on. I need you to come through for me on this. Give me 2 weeks later, I'm on fucking television. My phone's blowing up. I got everyone tagging me and shit like that. Like, there's a lot of stuff that happened in between, obviously, with the podcast and all that other shit. But that's the short version of how that came to be. From a kid sitting in his fucking room doing reaction videos, bro. Like, what?
Have you even been doing those anymore?
Yeah, I put out 4 videos a day. I work.
Okay.
I work, bro. I've been putting shit out, but I try to do everything. I said I got the rap shit that I put out. I got interviews that I do. I got the reactions that I do. I got the podcast that I do. Like my work ethic is not to be fucking touched, bro. Like I'm
Right.
about this shit, man.
Nah, but I see like you're growing, so you're going leaps and bounds, bro.
Yeah, we're at 17K right now, like 17,400 right now. I'll probably be by the end of this month. I'll probably be pushing 19,000 at least. When the podcast drops, it's impossible to super predict. I'm predicting that you are going to see a monstrous increase. I would be very, very surprised if I'm not doing numbers by the time this podcast hits episode 5. Like dead ass, man. Especially because we're going to be promoting it. I'm going to have exclusive content for the podcast that's on the YouTube channel. And I'm going to have behind the scenes for the Patreon. So now we're monetizing both. You know what I mean? Like I have an amazing setup to where it's perfect, bro. I'm blessed on blessings on blessings on blessings, man.
So are you going to do like what Mouse does and like clip off sections of it and make it its own piece of content?
They're gonna have its own Patreon. It's gonna have its own YouTube channel. They're gonna have their own individual segments. The segments will have their own clips. So what will be a little bit different. We're like the way that Joey and them do it is like conversations that go blah 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 blah. Whereas like some of the stuff that we do is like this is literally like the segment. You know what I mean? Like here's where the segment starts. Here's where the segment is not that. You know what I mean? Like and like it gets cut out. We're shooting it like a television show because we have. I'm not allowed, I don't know what I'm allowed to say and not allowed to say about this. There are opportunities with the IP to do things beyond just the podcast with the podcast that has a very, very lucrative bag attached to it on top of the prestige, so on and so forth. But yeah, 100%, bro.
Yeah, add dollars type shit. I get it.
It's unbelievable. It's incredible. It's everything you would ever. It's more than you would ever imagine. From hey, I'm going to start a YouTube because there's a pandemic and I can't go outside.
And that's what was going on with you. That was your plan.
Yep. I always wanted to do stuff like that, but I'm a workaholic, bro. Like all I do from sun up to sundown is hustle, and like that's the YouTube stuff and then have opportunity. I have a government job, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going into it, but I have a good government job that I grind the shit out of, right? When the pandemic hit, we got shut down with pay. Like they were literally like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting my full, like not talking about like unemployment, like we're getting our full salary to stay home and not work. So I had nothing but free time and opportunity to build a brand, grow a brand, trial and error, figure out what works, what doesn't work, and really educate myself on the entire thing. And
just the whole scorecard thing is ingenious to me.
I hate fucking reactors, bro. I'm getting better with being cool with people because I don't like bringing negativity. But like I started doing it because I think these other reactors, for the majority, are pandering. They're afraid to say they don't like something. They're afraid to say something's not or they just don't know. You know what I mean? Like the average listener doesn't break shit down and critique music theory or critique.
I feel like there's reactors and then there's breakdown channels. It's a difference.
I agree 1,000%, but I've never seen one break something down in a negative light, afraid because they're afraid to. I don't watch them either. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't watch them. So like I'm talking through a lens of a very limited thing to where I see it and I'm like, this is trash. And I hear this person say this is amazing because they're afraid to lose clicks. I'm done. I'm never looking at this fucking channel again. So I was like, you know what? What the fuck do I have to lose? I'm going to listen to the music and I'm just going to talk my shit and break it down and we'll see what happens. And people fucking loved it. And that's what happened.
I watched the interview with April G.
Shout out to April G. How did you feel about that?
I liked it.
I think it serves a purpose.
Yeah.
It serves a purpose.
I'm a fan of April G.
I think I'm a fan of what she stands for. 100%. 100%. Do I think that she's never pandered? No, I don't think that at all. I think.
I'm not saying that at all.
Right. But
she's definitely a fan of certain people.
Right.
And she's not afraid to, you know.
She's not afraid to tell people they suck either. But I do think that stops once she becomes friendly with them. Does that make sense? I don't think you will ever see a negative remark from her on a Merkham's reaction. And for better or for worse, you know what I'm saying? Like my style isn't for everybody. I don't want to like. I'm me for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like people are. But at the same time, she sent me reactions where I've seen her dig into shit that was trash. Like she'll pull up a mumble rapper and tear them a fucking part and you know what I mean, and roast them. But it's more than that, bro. It's about her demographic. It's about who she is, where she's from, what she looks like, how old she is, and the fact that she's doing it with even a remote part of success is a beautiful, beautiful thing. And I think that that's what I love most about it. Forget the content. It's everything that surrounds it and the attitude that comes along with that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Like despite a lot of things, she still doing her thing.
Exactly. And is finding success with it, bro.
Yes.
She has thousands of followers.
Yes.
Like I can remember being at 100 followers. Like, yo, I had, bro, on God, I had a 2-year game plan to hit my first 1,000 followers. In my head, I did. I was like, cool. We get monetized at 1,000 followers. I'm gonna do this for 2 years. Hopefully, I get 1,000 followers in 2 years, and we can monetize after 2 years. I just put out a video explaining how I made my first $1,000 off YouTube. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, and she's at that point too. Like I think she has, I don't know how much she has. I think it's over 5. I think she's over 5,000 followers.
Yeah. I think she's about 6,000-7,000 right now.
Yeah. Like she's not. She doesn't have 200 followers. You know what I mean? Like,
and there's some reactors that have 200. I see them all the time.
There's a lot. There's channels that never get past their first 100. That grind for your first 100 followers or first 100 subs, bro, it's no joke. It's weird. You wake up in the middle of the night, you're looking to see if it goes up, if it goes down, like, and you feel everyone. Like when someone unsubscribes, you're like, man, why did they unsubscribe? What did I say something? You know what I mean? Like it's different, man. So the fact that she got way past that stuff, and it's not just her. I like Dwayne. I think Dwayne keeps it 100.
Like him too.
I'm friendly with. I just started being friendly with Gatsby and Scheme. I don't necessarily.
Scheme is dope.
I don't know enough
He's
of his
crazy.
Stuff to say that. I don't know enough of his stuff to say it. Like I said, I just started. I literally just started getting friendly with them, so I can't comment on.
You gotta watch his. You gotta watch his reaction to the Fast Lane record. He reacted to Fast Lane. The one with Merc, Lex, and Crip. It's a song.
I know what it is.
You have to watch his reaction to that.
I'll check it out.
It's funny. He's crazy. He's a nut. I met him because I went to the cookout.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We went to Crip's cookout.
Right.
We were there. I know that's not really a crowd. It's not really mine. But
that's a beautiful way to put it. It's not really my crowd. That's all. Koofies and I had a few conversations about this, and Koofies is really, really good at being a mentor without realizing he's being a mentor. You know what I'm saying? He's seasoned. He's been around a lot. He's lived a long life. He knows what's worth, you know what I'm saying, making a stake over and what's not and shit like that. And he kicked some really, really OG type game to me. About my mentality around stuff like that, and I started to kind of shift the way that I think about things.
Bro, I'm telling you, I'm going again.
Dope.
It's Labor Day weekend. It's every Labor Day weekend. I'm gonna go back, and we'll talk more about it, me and you.
Yes, we have conversations offline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Cool.
We'll talk about it. But yeah.
With that being said, most of my gripes, I'm growing out of. I have a lot of personal growth to do still. I'm new to this. Like you have to realize that too. I'm you know what I mean? I just hit my 1 year. I'm still very Philly. You know what I mean? I'm very stuck in my ways, and I'm like, I personally have a lot of adulting to do in terms of this being a new environment. And it took.
It's not what you're used to.
Right.
You're getting to the level where
I'm gonna be in some of those conversations. Like,
yeah.
And to maintain my thought process would be foolish and childish. And
just because you're just closing yourself off to
for no reason, just because I'm an asshole. It's all me. You know what I mean? And like, it's like the Panther or something. Like, there are certain crowds that's like, in real life, I wouldn't associate myself with these people. So why am I going to pretend to do it online? And now it's like, why think like that? Like what is the benefit of thinking like that? And the answer is there is none.
It was all love down there. It was ridiculous amounts of love all across the board.
There's one person down there where it would have been a problem with, where like on some street shit. So like that's why that wouldn't even be in a conversation. But for the most part, as far as my feelings towards the YouTube community in general, I think I'm the problem. My mentality is the problem for the most part. And I've made a lot of strides with trying to, you know what I mean? Like with fixing my attitude problem. You know what I'm saying? Like with realizing that this isn't the streets. You know what I mean?
Right.
There is no benefit to me being that way. But at the same time, like I'm not gonna lie about how I feel about things either. You know what I'm saying? So like
right.
it's hand in hand. Like I said, I've grown to do, bro. I know I do. And I'm smart enough to realize it.
I would like to see you down there. Actually.
We'll talk off screen. See, like I think it would be both ways too. Like, because I don't think those people would like me, right? Because of the April G stuff, right? Because when they react to each other and whether in the community, it's all love. You know what I mean? It's nothing but positivity. And to me, I see that and I'm like, cool, but it's like it really wasn't. Like if you're not really a friend, if you can't tell somebody that something wasn't that hot, like you're not really like if me and Merc had a conversation, I was like, yo, that like I would not be afraid to tell him that's trash. If Merc heard one of my stuff and it was trash, Merc would not hesitate to tell me that my shit is trash. Like wouldn't even think twice. Like should I sugarcoat this? Like it wouldn't even be a conversation. It would just be like men having a conversation. And there would be no sensitivity about it because we know that it's coming from a place of respect and it's coming from a place of love and it's not coming from a place of being a hate or jealousy. You know what I'm saying? And right. I don't know that if you're not cut from that cloth, that you are going to act and think and walk like that. And I'm going to be the one that has to make the adjustment to not be in that mentality. And I have to be ready to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I have to respect other people that aren't like that. You know what I'm saying?
It was for the most, it was people that kind of stayed to themselves down there. They didn't intermingle as much. Me, I'm just kind of like sitting back and like paying attention. And I seen that certain people were cliquey, certain people weren't, but then like, as far as with Merc, I mean, you know,
he seems like a social butterfly.
Yeah, no.
Really? Like he just seems so charismatic. I can't imagine him not just clicking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No, he's good. He's good with anybody, but you know, he knows how. You know, he keeps it at a minimum.
Okay.
He likes his work to speak. So when it's time to rap, and they recorded the cipher, he finished his verse the fastest.
I heard the stories. I talked to Kufis about it. Kufi you sound just like him, where he was like, Steve, grow the fuck up. Like this was an amazing vibe. It was all love, top to bottom, nothing but support, nothing but positivity. I'm telling you, I'm definitely the asshole there. You know what I'm saying? I'm the asshole in that scenario. And you know what it stems from too? It stems from the reaction game. Is all it does, man. Because you can't. The second you try to critique people in that crowd, the comments are nothing but fucking negative. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's not even the artist that you know what I mean? It's you start associating fan comments with artist names. You know what I mean? Like I need therapy. That's all. I need to talk to I need to speak to a therapist to really work out my issues.
It don't got nothing really to do with the artist per se.
90% of the time, it don't even. And some of the stuff, bro, is in my head. Some of the stuff is like I know that if I speak my mind on this person, that me and this person aren't going to click, based on no evidence other than me having decided that. I decided that if I told this person my opinion on their art, that they would just not like me, and based on zero evidence.
Okay, but yeah, man, I'm about to take my behind the bed.
All right, man. Thank you, bro. This has been super fucking dope. Stay in touch. Seriously, don't let this be a one-off contact.
I'm gonna send you I'm gonna send you my math because we didn't do it like that. So
Right.
I'm gonna send you my math through DM, and then we're gonna keep in touch, man. And I'm excited for everybody to see this.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun. I'm literally, as soon as we get off, I'm gonna edit it. I'm gonna put some shit on. Shoot when you shoot me the stuff. Any type of links or anything like that you want in the description on the stuff or anything like that, just let me know, and we'll be Gucci.
Yeah, it's the stuff you have already.
Just the IGs and
IGs and yeah, YouTube, IG, Merck's YouTube.
Okay.
IG. That's it.
I appreciate you, my guy. It's been fucking dope. Say goodbye to the fans. Let them know that you love them.
Peace, man. Yo, peace and love. Follow Merkums. That's at Merkums. And it's buy some merch. She's got it on.
It's so comfortable. Yo, the
links will
quality
be in the description. Yeah, good quality, soft tee, nice.
It's so soft, bro.
Word. And I can't wait to see this myself. So peace out. We'll talk again soon.
Absolutely, bro.
All right, later.